Posted slides yesterday where I said you can be raped and have no rapist, and somebody's asking me a question about that. I don't understand. You can be raped without a rapist? If you're raped by someone, that person is a rapist. So what does that mean? Let me read the other slide. If you engage in unwanted sex, even if you appeared to consent, your body and mind still suffer the effects of sexual trauma, even if your partner wasn't coercive. Now let me explain, because this is a tough one. It took me a long time to come to terms with what had happened to me because I couldn't admit that my husband had been abusive. I couldn't call my husband a rapist. He was my husband. As I began to deconstruct religion, patriarchy, misogyny, racism, all that stuff, and I was getting to know myself and learning about consent and boundaries, things started to change for me. As I learned about rape and sexual assault and what that looks like, what it feels like specifically to the victim, things changed. One day I was looking through symptoms of rape, the trauma responses following a sexual assault. I was learning about complex PTSD as a response to sexual trauma. Everywhere I looked, I was checking every box. I fit the description of a rape victim, but I couldn't understand why. I couldn't make sense of it because I didn't believe that my husband had raped me. I didn't want to hold him accountable just yet. But I had still been raped, and I needed to come to terms with that in order to heal it. So I put him aside, and I started going through all of these symptoms, and I started treating those symptoms. I went to a therapist, and I went to a somatic healer, and I did a lot of work on my own. I looked up Healthline articles, and I went to the library and looked through lots of books. I was generally just learning about my own body and my nervous system. I wanted to understand what had happened to me. I didn't care so much who did it. But along the way, I discovered that there were a lot of culprits, a lot of rapists, if you will. Posted some other slides the other day called 10 Forms of Sexual Coercion. Each slide describes a different kind of coercion. Societal coercion here says you don't want to do it, but society says he'll get blue balls if you don't. Mom says he'll cheat on you if you don't. His friends will make fun of him if you don't. You read an article that said that withholding is emotional abuse. Pastor said sex is a part of the marriage covenant. The Bible says not to deny your husband. The doctor said sex is good for your health and his. The therapist said it's important for his mental health. A TikTok therapist showed evidence that men are traumatized when they don't have sex, and your husband is always upset when you don't do it. So in light of all of this, who's the culprit? Who's the rapist? Taking the last one off there, if my husband weren't pressuring me for sex, who's to blame? If I happen to have a really good husband who was not coercing me at all, how do I hold him accountable for rape? Was I raped by the church or the Bible or a friend or family? Was I raped by doctors and therapists? This is where people say without a rapist, I wasn't raped, but I was. Can't heal if I believe it didn't happen.